Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 2022 National Homebrew Competition Awards Ceremony. My name's Julia Herz. I'm the Executive Director of the American Homebrewers Association and the hosts and organizers of the competition, as well as HomebrewCon. We're coming to you live, for those that are watching us in streaming, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are on day 3 of HomebrewCon, and I could not be more excited to be at this moment in the week. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And you know, it takes a village to put on a national competition that has over 150,000 entries in its history. And some of that village includes our sponsors. We want to go ahead and acknowledge that our sponsors who have been here to help us throughout this merit support and your awareness. I want to thank our gold sponsors. Take a quick look at this group of individuals that are not only in it for the business, but to support us as a community of homebrewers. Thank you to our gold sponsors. Excellent applause. Thank you to our silver sponsors. Many of them been in the Homebrew Expo throughout this week, showing us the latest and greatest in what's going on in homebrewing. And also, thank you so much to our bronze sponsors who have brought us home and been able to get us to this moment in time. I also want to say thanks to Justin Crossley and the Brewing Network, who has been so prolific in supporting what goes on in homebrewing. Justin is streaming this award ceremony for us live right now from Pittsburgh. After the ceremony, the rebroadcast will also be available to watch through YouTube or Facebook. Just look up the Brewing Network channels in either of those social networks, and you'll be able to rewatch the awards. I want to say, and look straight into the camera for the Brewing Network, cheers to freaking you all watching us at home, in a bar, at your homebrew shop, in a club. The community of homebrewers is strong, and we appreciate all of you that entered and that are also watching. So with that, I want to introduce Justin Crossley to have a special thank you toast to a special friend. Justin, come on up to the stage, please. He's literally in the back running because he was back there getting a beer.
I could throw that beer. Thanks, Julia. Thank you, Julia. Thanks, everybody. Always happy to be able to produce the awards for you guys and stream it. I know you all can't make it every year. So those of you watching at home, I hope you enjoy it and good luck. I'm out of breath. I'm really out of shape, Julia. I don't know if you know that about me. Okay, before we move on, I wanted to be able to do kind of a special mention and a special toast. Actually, all of us here at the AHA and Annie Johnson, some people helped us with this to make sure this happened. A good friend of ours we lost during the pandemic, and we haven't had another conference since then, so we wanted to do a little something special during that. So why don't we cue a quick video first, and then if you don't mind, we'll do a toast. Yeah. So, yeah, feel free to, yeah. So Mike Tasty Mcdole absolutely loved homebrewing, and he really loved this conference. He came every year since I've been going. And I know some of you met him here or met him elsewhere. I heard so many stories this year and other years where Tasty would kind of take newcomers under his wing and walk them around to meet everybody. He just was really welcoming and helpful. And homebrewing was his passion, and not just homebrewing, but homebrewers. And as he grew into the icon that was Tasty, which was annoying sometimes to me. He was more famous. He really actually came into his own, and I felt like he kind of had a third life or a third career. And I know he was really thankful to brewers and to the Homebrewers Association, craft brewers, homebrewers. It just really became a passion in his life and something that I think gave him a lot of light in the last years of his life. So he never would have wanted us to have a sad toast or a somber mention. He would have wanted us to throw him a big old party. And since it's been the pandemic the whole time till now, this is kind of his party right now. Are you guys all right with that? Yeah. He definitely would have been in this audience cheering the loudest, clapping the loudest for those of you who might be talented and lucky enough to win an award tonight. So just think of that. I know I will be. Let's just raise a glass to Tasty Mcdole, ladies and gentlemen. He was a good man and great for brewing, and I'm happy that he was in all of our lives. To our friend, Tasty. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for all that Tasty has done. And still, in his passing, he's still bringing new people to the hobby, exploration. I saw multiple Tasty beers at club night, for sure. So we're going to go ahead and advance to the next slide and go to our Radagast winner of the year. And what I did is I showed the slide. So you're going to go back to, and I would love to talk about what Radagast is about, this incredible award. And to announce the award is the sponsor. We are so appreciative. I'd like to call up to the stage Yakima Chief.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. This has been such an exciting trip over, and we're just so happy to be able to be a part of this. It's just a beautiful event. Get everyone together, be back at it, drinking good beers, all the collaborative efforts going on. It's been amazing to meet all of you in the last couple days and go through this. Last year, I was fortunate enough to present this award and be a part of it in the virtual sense for the video that we shot off, and happy to do it again this year. So without further ado, the Radagast Club of the Year Award goes to good old Trube with the Three Rivers Underground Brewers out of Pittsburgh, PA.
If anyone is here from Trube Club, please come on up. You know, this award, it's so perfect for Three Rivers to get this as a local club. This is named after the Slavic god of hospitality and literally the creator of beer. It's been given since 2014. This award basically is given for doing great things. AHA registered clubs, you know, shine and showcase. The winners of this are into diversity and philanthropy and homebrew education and promotion. And I really just want to say congratulations. Thanks for all you do for homebrewing. And now we'll move on next to the American Homebrewers Association Shop of the Year Award. I'm very excited to call up and announce this award, having the sponsors of it, BSG and Matt Bowling. Please come to the stage. Batten the hatches, people. Matt's coming to the mic.
All right, hey, Homebrew Con. How's everybody doing? All right, yeah, we are, my name is Matt Bowling. I'm the marketing manager for BSG Handcraft, which is a wholesale supplier to the homebrew industry. We couldn't be more proud to sponsor this award because we really believe that homebrew retailers are the lifeblood of the hobby. And actually, before we announce the award real quick, because we can only name one winner today, I would actually like to ask anybody that is a homebrew retailer or works at a homebrew retail shop to stand up real quick. Give it up for these people, guys. Come on, this is the face of the homebrewing hobby. They've been through an incredibly tough time with COVID the last 2 years. Come on, HomebrewCon, give it up for the retailers. All right. Thank you so much. And I'm going to hand it over to my esteemed colleague, Ilya Soroka, who's going to be announcing the winner of the award. So thank you so much. And let's give Ilya a big round of applause as well.
Thank you, guys. The AHA Homebrew Shop of the Year goes to Gnome Brew of Chicago, Illinois. If you guys are out there, come on up.
Y'all are coming up on stage. I love it. This is an American Homebrewers Association member-nominated award where a shop excels in community support, education, customer service and engagement, promotion of the homebrew hobby to the public. 138 nominations this year. No small task to win this. And congratulations to Nome, David, Susie, Jonah from the Chicago North Side. Let's give it up for them being leaders as a homebrew shop in today's homebrewing community. All right. Should we talk about the National Homebrew Competition? I'm going to go ahead and introduce the lead of the National Homebrew Competition, the competition director, my dear friend, colleague, amazing beer leader, Chris Williams.
All right, how's everybody doing? Thank you, Julia. Yeah, all right. Well, welcome to the National Homebrew Competition Award Ceremony. I'm Chris Williams. I'm the competition director for the National Homebrew Competition. Let's talk about numbers for a minute. The Homebrew Competition is the largest homebrew competition in the world. This year we had 2,940 entries entered from 1,187 brewers from across the world. These were judged in 44 different categories. They were actually all judged here this week for 3 days by a panel of 85 judges. So you might ask yourself, say, how does the AHA put on such a massive competition? Well, the answer is lots of help. So with that, let's talk about some thank yous. First of all, I want to thank our NHC sponsors. So our competition sponsors, I want to give a big shout out to Atlantic Brew Supply, Breeze, 5 Star, Grainfather, Ward Laboratories, and Roy Farms. Let's give them a big hand. And we'll also give a thanks to our National Homebrew Competition award sponsors as well. These guys we'll announce these awards a little later in the competition after we do the category awards, but these are the major awards for the competition. We want to thank Sam Adams, Muntons for Homebrewer of the Year, Meadmaker of the Year for Redstone Meadery, Woodchuck Cider for Cider Maker of the Year, L.D. Carlson for the Gambrinas Club Award, and Great Western Malting and Canada Malt for the Homebrew Club of the Year Award. So give a round of applause for those guys. All right, and just a few more thanks. So I want to give a huge shout out, huge heartfelt welcome. I'm going to call this our competition organizing team and back of house crew. So we have an amazing group. These guys work tirelessly leading up to and at the competition, getting all our stewards, our judges wrangled and organized, getting everything put together. So thanks to Bruce Berger, to James Fisher, Joshua Jackson, John Lawless, John Moorhead, and Fred Molnar. Thank you guys so much. Could not have done it without you guys. And then finally, the way this happens is hours and hours of donated time. So we have judges that are donating their time. We got volunteers donating their time. We got crews that are sorting all the beer that arrives that we get sorted for competition. So just want to say thank you to judges, to stewards, cellar crews. Thank you guys so much. Couldn't have done it without you. And I know some of you are in here right now that helped out with this at any stage. So it was a wild time. Thank you guys. Okay, so let's talk awards, all right? So let's talk logistics really quick. We're going to start announcing the category awards, but what I'll have you guys do, anybody who's lucky enough to be coming up on the stage, make sure you come up to the stage on my left, your right. You'll come up through here, walk onto the stage. There's an X where Julia's standing. She'll shake hands with you. You guys take a quick picture. Or I'm sorry, I gave the wrong side. You're going to come up on my right, your left. Apologies over here. You'll get a medal over here. Take a picture up here, walk off the side, and dance your way back to your seat, all right? Cool. All right, well, let's get started. The first category is Pale American Beer. There were 91 entries in this category, and the bronze goes to Kevin Olson from Raymore, Missouri. Yeah, ZZ Hops, Homebrew Club, American Lager. Coming up here. I'm going to keep announcing while we're doing this. Yeah, all right. Congratulations. The silver goes to Wayne Doucette, Big Lake, Minnesota, River City Brewers. American Lager. And the gold goes to Caleb Meinke, Cambridge, Wisconsin, Madison Homebrewers and Tasters, American Light Lager. Next category is the Pale European Beer. 102 entries, big category. The bronze goes to Tim Guido, Hounds Run Brewing, Lower Burrell, Pennsylvania, with a Kolsch. The silver goes to Michael Cole and Scott Cole from Sandy Springs, Georgia, PC Mashers, with a Kolsch. The gold goes to Carmelo Medina Garcia, Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania. Three Rivers Alliance of Serious Homebrewers. True. German Leet Beer. All right. The next category is Pilsner. Now, this was the largest category in the competition, the most competitive up here, 146 entries. So, congrats to you guys in advance. We're going to start with the bronze for Zach Koslow. The silver goes to Larry Bentley from Plainfield, New Jersey. German Pils. And the gold goes to Doug Brown from San Diego, California. Quaff. New Zealand Pilsner. Next category is Pale Malty European Beer with 110 entries. So again, big category. The bronze goes to Doug Brown from San Diego, California with Quaff. Way to go, Doug. Nina Kellis. The silver goes to Eric Hamill from Hoffman Estates, Illinois with a Fest beer. And the gold goes to Keith Wright, Mustang, Oklahoma, Munich Helles. Next category is Amber European Beer with 110 entries. The bronze goes to John Arnold from Del Mar, California, and he is with a Martin entry. Silver goes to Adam Weiss, Alamo, California, with Doze. Yeah. All right, alt beer. And the gold goes to Scott Naradka from Portland, Oregon, Oregon Brew Crew, Keller beer. All right. Next is Dark European Lager. The bronze goes to Paul Brown from Pinole, California. Doze. The silver goes to, I lost my place. I'm sorry. Silver goes to Doug Brown, San Diego, California. Quaff. Picking them up. Schwartz beer. The gold goes to Corey Amal, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Ann Arbor Brewers Guild, Czech Dark Lager. All right. Next is American Wheat and Blonde Ale, 60 entries in this category. The bronze goes to Craig Coates, GNBC, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, with a Blonde Ale. Silver goes to Jonathan Bacon, with Bacon Boys Brewing, out of Silver Spring, Maryland, with a Blonde Ale. And the gold goes to Keith Wright, Mustang, Oklahoma, American Wheat Beer. Next is German Wheat and Rye Beer. There were 60 entries in this category, and the bronze goes to Matt Cashman and Joey Cashman, Littleton, Colorado, Weiss Beer. Silver goes to Tyler Stubbs, Leavenworth, Kansas, with a Sati, a historical beer. And the gold goes to Josh Steinberg from Apex, North Carolina, Weiss Beer. Next is the Pale British Ale category with 74 entries. The bronze goes to Ernie Smith out of Casper, Wyoming, with Intellectual Brewers Union, IBU, with a Best Bitter. Silver goes to Paul Domich from Pinole, California, with Doze. All right, English IPA. And the gold goes to Ben Miller from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, with the Brewing Network, Best Bitter. Moving on to the Scottish and Irish Ale category. The bronze goes to Armand Houle from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Is he here? Oh, all right. Scottish Heavy. Okay, and the silver goes to Aaron Wright from Pleasant Hill, Iowa. Iowa Brewers Union with a Scottish Heavy. And gold goes to Therese Anderson from Jacksonville, Florida with Crawford Ale Sharing Club, Scottish Export. Category American Pale Ale, 96 entries in this one. The bronze goes to Stan Zamansky, Edison, New Jersey, American Pale Ale. The silver goes to Brian McCrickard, Portsmouth, Virginia, Seven City Brewers, American Pale Ale. And the gold goes to Jonathan Bacon, Silver Spring, Maryland, American Pale Ale. Amber and Brown American Ale category, 96 entries. The bronze goes to Donald Bershnick and Dom Bershnick from Maine, New York, with a California Common. The silver goes to John Giacovetti and Judy Giacovetti from Seneca, South Carolina. They entered a Kentucky Common. And the gold goes to Larry and Donna Reuter, Akron, Ohio, from Saz, American Amber Ale. Congrats, guys. We're going to let these guys come up here, claim them. And then we're going to do a quick commercial break here in just a second. But give these. All right, so a word from our sponsors.
Brewers Best. Everything you need to craft your best brew. Cider House Select. Let the harvest last year-round. Vintner's Best for all your winemaking needs. Firm Fast. Premium products for crafting high alcohol spirits. Apex Cultures. Premium brewers yeast and nutrients. And coming soon, homebrewer size yeast sachets. L.D. Carlson, supplying the homebrew community for over 50 years.
We hope you've been having fun in Pittsburgh.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Dimitri.
Join us every week on the least boring beer podcast out there as we explore the things that make homebrewing the best hobby around.
Styles, ingredients, brewers like makes new homes, plastic ones, weird new yeast, techniques that homebrewers can use.
And which ones we can safely ignore, because we're homebrewers.
Listen every week at experimentalbrew.com, Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, or the podcast platform of your choice.
Awesome. Well, thank you to LD Carlson, Experimental Brewing Podcast. Let's keep going, guys. Keep giving these medals out. Next category is Brown British Beer,
I'm Ryan.
91 entries. The bronze goes to Nigel Curtis and Come and Brew It from Arlington, Texas, Cap and Hare Homebrew Club with a British Brown Ale. Silver goes to Michael Neville, Dearborn, Michigan from Motor City Mashers, Dark Mild. All right. And the gold medal. This thing traveled a long way to get here. The gold is Minju Lee from Paju-si, South Korea, an English porter. Congratulations. Moving on to the British Stout category. 48 entries in this category. The bronze goes to Dan Stoneman and Doug Brown from San Diego, California, Quaff, Oatmeal Stout. Silver goes to Jeffrey Myers, Moose Knuckles Brew Works, Perry, Ohio, Oatmeal Stout. And the gold goes to Eric Ott, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Sweet Stout. Moving on to the Irish Stout category. There were 36 entries in this category. The bronze goes to Stephen Hoprick from Nashua, New Hampshire, with an Irish Stout. The silver goes to Jared Rowley from San Diego, California, from Quaff, an Irish Stout. And the gold goes to Paul Cerise from Pinellas Park, Florida, with an Irish Extra Stout. Next is our American Porter and Stout category with 86 entries. The bronze goes to Chris McCarran with Broken Rules Brewing out of El Paso, Texas. American Stout. The silver goes to Christian Chandler from Chandler, Arizona. Arizona Society of Homebrewers. American Stout. And the gold goes to Billy Lambert, T&B, San Diego, California, with an American Porter. Next category, American IPA. So this was our third largest category in the competition, 117 entries in this one. So again, very competitive. You guys should be proud of yourselves with these. The bronze goes to Eric Bridges out of Chula Vista, California for an American IPA. The silver goes to Mike and Stephanie Butler out of Olathe, Kansas. Crown Valley Brewing Society. And the gold goes to Max Brown out of Antioch, California. Doze. All right, moving on to Specialty IPA. Specialty IPA category had 55 entries. The bronze goes to Joseph Daly out of Garden City, New York. Specialty IPA. The silver goes to Michael Belfour out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hometown. And the gold goes to Nicholas McCoy out of Saxe, Texas. Draft Punk. On to the New England IPA category, 110 entries in this. We had like a three-way tie for the fifth highest entered category, and this was one of them. So, New England IPA, the bronze goes to Adam Clark out of Colfax, California. And silver to Brian Macbeth, Norwalk, Connecticut. Gold to Ross Stewart out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Strong American Ale, 76 entries. The bronze goes to Jay Highfill out of Overland Park, Kansas, Crown of the Valley Brewing Society. Wheat wine. The silver goes to Robert Nipper out of Marcos, California, Society of Barley Engineers, Devil IPA. And the gold goes to Alexander Segan from New York, New York, New York Society or New York City Homebrewers Guild with a wheat wine. On to Strong European Lager. 56 entries in that category. The bronze goes to David Beyer out of Asheville, North Carolina. Mountain Ale and Lager Tasters, malt out of North Carolina, with an ice bock. The silver goes to John Serluco out of Brooklyn, New York. Bruminaries, Doppelbock. And the gold goes to Brian Phillips out of Norris Springs, Iowa. Iowa, Minnesota Society of Homebrewers with a Dunkelsbach. Moving on to Strong UK Ale with 51 entries. The bronze goes to Bill Groves out of Waterford, Michigan, Society of North Oakland Brewers, Snobs. English barley wine. The silver goes to Jim Satin out of Brooklyn, Michigan, Old Ale. He's here, right? And then the gold goes to Joel McGormley out of Zionsville, Indiana, English barley wine. Okay, Imperial Porter and Stout, 77 entries. The bronze goes to Joseph Skiles out of Carroll Stream, Illinois, with an Imperial Stout. The silver goes to John Wallace out of Chesapeake, Virginia, Seven City Brewers with a Baltic Porter. Gold to Aaron Reif out of Pleasant Hill, Iowa, Iowa Brewers Union, Imperial Stout. Moving on to the Saison category. Saison had 64 entries, with a bronze by Timothy Lambert out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Dukes of Ale. The silver to Timothy Lambert out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, with a Saison. And the gold for Colby Reinecke out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, with a Saison. Next category is Belgian Ale with 100 entries. The bronze goes to Andy Cox out of Wilton, Connecticut, Undergrad Brewers Union, Brewers of Connecticut with a wit beer. The silver goes to Preston Klingseis and Maggie Klingseis out of Hellertown, Pennsylvania. Lehigh Valley Homebrewers, beer to guard. And the gold goes to Jordan Folks out of Portland, Oregon, Portland Brewers Collective with a Trappist single. Nice. The next is the Strong Belgian Ale category with 124 entries, so the second biggest category that we had in the competition. The bronze goes to Brian Lesueur out of Highlands, North Carolina, Belgian Double. The silver goes to Mark Beck out of Portland, Oregon with Portland Brewers Collective, Belgian Dark Strong Ale. And the gold goes to Joseph Bellevender from Warren, Michigan, Pontiac Brewing Tribe, Belgian Golden Strong. Congratulations. And we will move on to a short commercial break while we're doing this too. A word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Ryan Denhart, Human Resource Business Manager for Ward Laboratories in Kearney, Nebraska. Here at Ward Labs, we are proud to provide high-quality water analysis for craft brewers all over the United States and the world. Given that beer is 95% water, we believe that every great beer should start with a great water test. So we've created a convenient way for you to get your water tested at wardlab.com and click on the water testing kit button in the top right of the screen.
Here at White Labs Brewing Co., we take our beer from cell to sip, serving our community of craft beer and food lovers. Our mission is to showcase the importance of yeast and fermentation on the beer and food that we love the most. Whether it's a cold fermented IPA or a brewer's yeast resin pizza dough, we invite everybody to come visit us and see the wild world of fermentation.
All right, making me hungry. And thank you to White Labs and Ward Laboratories. Let's keep going with these medals, guys. So we are moving on to the European Sour Ale category with 65 entries. The bronze goes to Christopher Crump and Corbett Crump out of APO Armed Forces Europe for the Fruit Lambic. Pretty cool. That's awesome. The silver goes to Brooks Edmond out of Stewartstown, Pennsylvania with Chop and Brew with a Fruit Lambic. And the gold goes to Jeremiah Bear out of Collinsville, Illinois with a Gosa. Next is the fruit beer category, another one of those real big ones, 113 entries in there. The bronze goes to Joseph Daly out of Garden City, New York with a fruit beer. The silver goes to John Spinella, New Hartford, New York. And the gold goes to Chico Milani from Florianopolis, Brazil, with Acerva Catarinense and a Catarina Sour. Next is the spiced beer category, 76 entries. The bronze goes to Timothy Lambert out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Dukes of Ale. The silver goes to Jerry Canny out of Binghamton, New York. Is he here? I thought he was here. The gold goes to Mark Shoppy out of Austin, Texas, with Austin Zealots. Next is the seasonal spiced beer category. There were 26 entries in this category. The bronze goes to Jonathan Bacon and Bacon Boys Brewing out of Silver Spring, Maryland, with an autumn seasonal beer. The silver goes to Ben Jankowski out of Oyster Bay, New York, autumn seasonal beer. And the gold goes to Matt Lennon out of Redwood City, California, winter seasonal. Next is the smoke flavored beer category, 49 entries. The bronze goes to Michael Beck out of Griffith, Indiana, Ileana Beer Rackers Union, iBrew, with a Lichtenhainer. All right. The silver goes to Jonathan Lisenby from Harvest, Alabama with 256 Brewers with a Pivo Grodziski. Gold goes to Jason Wiggs out of Tampa, Florida with a Lichtenhainer. All right, next is wood-aged beer with 96 entries. The bronze goes to Fabio Florencio and Graciela Paula out of Ribeirão das Neves, Brazil, with a specialty wood-aged beer. Love these entries from far away. That is very cool. The silver goes to Max Firth out of Orlando, Florida, Brewers Anonymous, with a specialty wood-aged beer. And the gold goes to Jarrett Long and John Bates out of Arlington, Texas. Remember, you got to dance your way up and back, all right? Next is the American Wild Ale category with 56 entries. So the bronze goes to Steve Fletty. Oh, I'm sorry, out of here. No, my mistake. The bronze goes to Brian Stevens, Portage, Michigan, Keepers of Craft, Wild Specialty Beer. The silver goes to Timothy Lambert out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Dukes of Ale, Mixed Fermentation Sour Beer. The gold goes to Jordan Folks, Portland, Oregon, Portland Brewers Collective, Wild Specialty Beer. Next category is specialty beer with 61 entries. Can you guys guess who got the bronze? It's Steve Fletty, Falcon Heights, Minnesota. Bronze for alternative sugar beer. The silver goes to Evan Brill out of Louisville, Kentucky with a mixed style beer. And the gold goes to Mark Pennick out of Denver, Colorado with the Brew Crew, experimental beer. Okay, and with that, we are going to take one more quick commercial break, and then we're going to move on to Meads and Ciders.
Congrats to all the National Homebrew Competition winners. Great job, guys.
All right. Thank you, Atlantic. Cool. So for those of you who don't know, there were 8 mead categories and 2 cider categories in the competition this year. So bumped it up from past years. But we are looking at, we'll start with traditional mead category with 28 entries. The bronze goes to Brian Stevens out of Portage, Michigan, Keepers of Craft with a sweet mead. The silver goes to Alan Martin out of Gilbert, Arizona with Arizona Society of Homebrewers. Semi-sweet mead. The gold goes to Michael Wilcox, Wichita, Kansas, Crown of the Valley Brewing Society with a sweet mead. Next is the Cider category with 8 entries. The bronze goes to Nathan Stiegman out of St. Paul, Minnesota. The silver goes to Philip LaFleur out of Loveland, Colorado with Wise Guys Homebrew Club. And the gold goes to Matthew Weedy out of Minneapolis, Minnesota with Minnesota Homebrewers Association. Moving on to the Piment category, we had 16 entries. The bronze goes to Bill Boyer out of Kennesaw, Georgia, North Georgia Malt Monkeys. The silver goes to Jeremy Olson out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, St. Paul Homebrewers Club. And the gold goes to Alan Martin out of Gilbert, Arizona with Arizona Society of Homebrewers. Next is Berry Mead. The bronze goes to Chuck Beardsley and Corey Aldrich out of Westchester, Ohio, Butler County Brewing Society. Silver is going to Matthew Mead out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, Michigan Mead Coalition. A lot of mead, I just said. The gold goes to Lincoln Metler out of Edgewood, Washington. Berry Mead. Next is the Stone Fruit Mead category with 8 entries. The bronze is for Pavel Anisimov, Concord, California, from Doze. The silver goes to Matthew Mead, Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's just going to hang out here. The gold goes to Eric Cockrell, Boss Ranch, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Next is the Melomel category with 9 entries. The bronze goes to Gordon Mauger from Walnut Creek, California. The silver goes to Pavel Anisimov from Concord, California. Doze. And the gold goes to Matthew Mead. Get back up here. You're not done yet. Now I got to see the dancing on the way back. We talked about this. Next is the Spice Mead category with 24 entries. The bronze goes to Benjamin Daniels out of Raymore, Missouri. The silver goes to Brian Stevens out of Portage, Michigan, Keepers of Craft. And the gold goes to Scott Vogt, San Diego, Quaff. Moving on to the specialty mead category. There were 37 entries in this. The bronze goes to Benjamin Daniels, Raymore, Missouri, for an experimental mead. The silver goes to Vaughn Barker out of Brookfield, Wisconsin, experimental mead. Yeah. And the gold goes to Michael Wilcox, Wichita, Kansas, Crown of the Valley Brewing Society. Next is we're going to move on. Those are our mead categories. We'll move on to cider. Oh. Hello? Okay. Moving on to the standard cider and perry category. There were 30 entries in here. The bronze goes to Michael Wilcox, Wichita, Kansas, Crown of the Valley Brewing Society. The silver goes to Jeff Carlson, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Crown of the Valley Brewing, with an English cider. And the gold goes to Michael Wilcox, Wichita, Kansas, Crown of the Valley Brewing, with a New World cider. And finally, our specialty cider and perry category. There were 26 entries. The bronze goes to James Werner out of New Berlin, Wisconsin, Beer Barons of Milwaukee. He had an iced cider. The silver goes to Bill Boyer, Kennesaw, Georgia, North Georgia Malt Monkeys, specialties perry with. And the gold goes to Kevin Wagner out of Stillwell, Kansas. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for competing. That concludes our category awards. We're going to do some bigger award announcements here, but I'm going to turn it back over to my colleague, Julia Hertz. And I will be over here handing you guys things if you're coming up.
Thank you very much, Chris. How about that? I love how many of you were here. A lot of paper. Play some music. Give me a second. All right, for our combined competition awards, we're going to start with Cider Maker of the Year. This is an award. We haven't announced it. Hold your hats. This is an award that is representing the best of show cider in the cider categories. It's sponsored by Vermont Hard Cider Company, and I am excited to announce the winner, Michael Wilcox. Wichita, Kansas, Kansas City Beer Meister, bobbing for medals, something, something, something. Congratulations, Michael, well done. All right, now let's move on to Meadmaker of the Year. Now, there are certain qualifications of how it all works. This represents the best of show mead, judged for all gold medal winners in the categories, the collective categories of mead. It is sponsored by Redstone Meadery out of Boulder, Colorado. And the winner is Alan Martin, Gilbert, Arizona, Arizona Society of Homebrewers. Cab Sauvignon. Congratulations, Alan. And now we're going to move on to Homebrewer of the Year. my gosh, it's crazy. Homebrew of the Year, want to thank Muntins for sponsoring. I'd like to call a Muntins representative to the stage. This award represents the best of show beer judged for all gold winners in all beer categories.
Thank you. On behalf of everyone at Muntins, I'm pleased to announce that the Homebrew of the Year is Brian Phillips of Nora Springs.
Thank you again to Muntins for sponsoring that, and congratulations to Brian. So now we're going to move on to the Samuel Adams Ninkasi Award. I'd like to call somebody up from the stage from Sam Adams. This award represents the Sumerian goddess of beer and the winningest brewer based on total points earned in the final round of the National Homebrew Competition.
Guys, thank you so much for having Sam Adams be part of this amazing event. I am honored to present the Samuel Adams Ninkasi Award, which goes to Timothy Lambert of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Congratulations, Timothy. Thank you, Samuel Adams. And now we're going to move on to the Gambrinus Award. The Gambrinus Award is sponsored by LD Carlson. I'd like to call somebody up from LD Carlson to announce the award winner. This is the club award recognized from Gambrinus. Since 2009, by the way, this has been given away, and it's the club receiving the most points per number of entries.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of LD Carlson, the Gambrinus Club Award goes to Keepers of Craft.
All right, home stretch, everyone, for our last combined award, and then we have a few announcements. Rowdy group over there. This next award and our last combined award is Homebrew Club of the Year. Proudly sponsored by Great Western and Canada Malting. Can somebody come up, please? And thank you for sponsoring this award and helping us announce it.
All right, congratulations to everyone who has been here this week and entered prizes or entered your beers and everything else. The Homebrew Club of the Year award goes to Kansas City Beermeisters.
This award represents the club that earns the most points overall at the National Homebrew Competition. No easy task. Yeah. All right. Quick announcement, but that concludes our National Homebrew Competition Award Ceremony. Want to say again, before we make our announcements of where next year's HomebrewCon will be, and if you were here in Pittsburgh, you already know. San Diego, here we come. June 22nd to June 24th. Please join us next year for HomebrewCon. And we also want to say congratulations to all the winners. Thank you to everyone that entered. Every time we brew, every time we enter, every time we judge, every time we tour, we taste, we sample, we learn. And here's to that exploration. On behalf of the American Homebrewers Association, we're so grateful for you. We are here for you. We are here to build community for homebrewers. Please join us. Please brew. Cheers to you all. And we are on to the knockout party. Thank you so much, and let's have some fun. Cheers!